Is it working?
You've gone live as Steve House, not as House.
Yeah, I know, that's fine. Okay, I was just about to ask if it's all working, because last week there was some technical issues where people couldn't comment, but I'm the first gift for me kind of says that yeah, it's all working, so that's good. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, wait till it gets to 8 o'clock UK time, and then make a start. Sup MC McClaw? Sounds good to me. Sweet. Yeah, so I've got quite a lot to go through today, and it's probably going to be a little bit difficult to do this in the space that I'm at, because a lot of it, like, for one, the Beskar spear that I'm going to review from GE Industries, which are based in the UK, that thing is like taller, well, almost as tall as me, maybe taller than me, and I'm 6'3", so it's a big beast. So yeah, it might just be that I have to sort of hold it at an angle and sort of look like I'm rowing with it to get the full effect of how it looks. But hopefully, it shouldn't sort of affect the review too much. Excuse me. I have got 5 lightsabers that I would also want to review. 4 lightsabers and a Darksaber. Just wanted to say hi, I'm stuck at work, so I'll have to watch it later. No worries, Kelly, wearing one of your t-shirts, so representing. But yeah, that's absolutely fine. Obviously, just give it a watch when you can. But thanks for letting me know. Okay, let's just give it a couple more minutes. It's nice to actually see some comments coming in, because last week I was told through Messenger by quite a few people, and I didn't realise till it had finished that people were trying to comment, and it was saying that it couldn't comment, so that's why I've opted to go through the Steve House page rather than the House Kyber's page. Me too, but don't tell it to my boss. Mum's the word. Yeah, so it's nice, because like, I felt a little, it was kind of like talking to a wall last week, which it kind of, for me, it didn't feel like a smooth live stream, just because I'm quite used to interacting with the people watching. When you guys have questions, I can answer it, but where commenting was like errored, there was no questions coming through, so I was kind of having to try and think of what like the most frequently asked questions would be. So yeah, it didn't really work out, but hey ho. Okay, has anyone got any preferences on what to review first? I have 2 Revan lightsabers. One's the Black Series Elite. One is from Padawan Outpost. I have the Darksaber, Rey's Scavenger Hilt, and Princess Leia's Hilt, which I have not actually checked mine since it sort of was announced, or was sort of going all across the internet, that they're at like the mother of pearl panels are starting to come apart from them. So hopefully mine's not, but I will be looking during this video. So yeah, if you got any preferences out of those, please let me know which one you want. So Darksaber, Padawan Outpost Revan, Black Series Elite Revan, Rey's Scavenger Hill, or Princess Leia's. Let me know which ones you would want to see first, and then I will go in that order. If no one comments, then I will just sort of pick the one closest to me. So, all right, give it a couple more minutes. Good evening, Stephanie. How are you? So during these reviews, I have got just a 26-inch blade for like the the baselit one, or in hilt. What, like, I know a couple of people call them different things, but that's for the Padawan Outpost. I've gone for a smaller blade just because, like I say, I'm limited with space today. For the Legacy hilts, I've gone for a 26-inch Galaxy's Edge blade. And for the Revan Black Series Elite, I've just gone for the one that comes with it, which they do look very similar. They've even got the same notches. They look very similar to the Galaxy's Edge ones that you would get for your Savi's hilt or your Legacy hilt, other Legacy hilts. But I have tried to sort of use one without one in one and one in the other. They don't fit. So just in case you do sort of try, I highly recommend it. Okay, so we've got Ray request. So I will do the Rays first. I'm doing okay. How are you, Steve? I'm very well, really warm. England's very muggy at the moment, and it was the same last week. I'm sat there and it's hammering it down and I'm sweating. Hopefully I won't be as much of a mess this week. Okay, so let's start with the Ray Scavenger hilt, which I got this back in May, but like I mentioned last week, through loads of different personal reasons like surgery and things like that, in May, I didn't get round to doing any of these reviews. However, hey Josh, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you on. Like I say, there was a lot of technical issues last week, so I couldn't see if any of you were watching or trying to comment, so do apologise about that. But if you've got any questions, fire them away and I'll try and answer as best as I can. But let's get this one open, because in all honesty, it was one that I was... There's been only a couple of Legacy hilts that I've not overly been looking forward to when they've been released. I was always on the fence with this hilt, multiple reasons, but then other ones previously, like the Jedi Temple Guard one, when I looked when Galaxy's Edge first opened and like all the lightsabers were flooding the internet, I was having a look through and they were kind of like bottom of my list. I got them anyway, and I was actually really happy that I got them. And well, I don't want to spoil the review, but this one is one of the same. So actually, I'll show you it whilst it's in there. So just how standard Legacy hilts come. So yeah, this one was one that I wasn't really looking forward to, but now I collect them, I kind of need all of them. So yeah, music to Disney's ears, because I'm just going to have to keep buying them. Just don't tell Charlotte. So this one, on the whole, it's one of those lightsabers which I like the fact that it was used from her staff that she used in the film. I'm not a massive fan of the sequels, everyone knows that. However, when I saw it, I kind of want to see more of it, and I kind of feel that they put that at the end and it was like a tease. I wanted to see this lightsaber in action. I wanted to see it more. And if they don't decide to progress Rey's story in other sort of formats, even if it was like Clone Wars style, I think I'd be happy with that. Because I think Daisy Ridley said that she doesn't really want anything more to do with Star Wars, which I can understand from the slating she gets, but hey ho. But this is the lightsaber. So as you can tell, and a lot of you would have seen it already on the internet, I'm not the first person to review it, probably won't be the last. But I'm actually like, as soon as, like, this is the heaviest hilt I believe that that they do in Galaxy's Edge. It's kind of, I'm trying to compare it to like another one. I don't know if it'll be, I think it's heavier than the Ahsoka's, but I think the Count Dooku might be close, because I think the Count Dooku's is quite heavy. I'm great. Oh, good, Josh. Nice to hear. But when I open this, I actually really like it. I think it looks really good. I think The way that they've done the cloth, I know it gets a bit of slating, but I'm quite impressed with it. Because it's got to be a tricky thing to do, and I'm glad they didn't go with like on the Savi's hilts where they have the leather wrap, but it's like rubber. I'm glad they didn't go with that because I kind of like how this one feels, and apart from it being quite weighty, I think it's a comfortable hold. There are a couple of things that confuse the hell out of me with this. So I'm not a big fan of the belt clip, and I'm guessing you would just sort of, I don't know, I've not even tried, but I'm guessing there's a way to hook it. The other thing that I'm not overly impressed with is the switch in the film is this bit here. She sort of rotates it with her thumb through these gaps. You can see the ignition of, I think it's like green and blue, then it goes yellow up the blade. They've opted to go for one of these switches, which I kind of feel is a little bit stupid, considering you're using the same motion than you would rotating that. And even if they didn't want to do it rotating, they should have really just put the switch up here, in my personal opinion. However, all in all, I actually really do like this. And I was really impressed with the end of this because, as most people are aware, none of the others have got like blade plugs or anything like that. I know this isn't a blade plug, but I kind of feel like it covers it up quite nicely. So you do have to sort of pop these open to get a blade in there. So there you go. A little bit of a letdown that they didn't bother sort of painting the insides. I know it's a minimal thing and I'm probably being extremely picky right now, but I kind of feel like they could have made that tiny little bit more effort in it and it would have been a little bit better. But like I say, all in all, I'm quite impressed with it. I won't keep you waiting much longer, so let's get the blade and get this bad boy lit up. Okay, hopefully all the batteries in my lightsabers haven't run out. For anyone that doesn't know, usually whenever I do reviews, the batteries seem to conk out on me halfway through, so hopefully that won't happen. Well, the batteries might be a little bit low because luckily you can't really see it, but it's a little bit green, which it's not usually green. So that's a nice little feature. Once you do a couple of hits, it does like a lightning effect. I'm going to turn that off whilst I'm talking. It does like a nice little lightning effect. It's not, I wouldn't say it's as lightning effecty. No, I wouldn't say it's as detailed with the lightning effect as I watched a review on the Black series Darth Sidious hilt, which obviously that one's had mixed reviews because of the size of it, but the functionality is really good, and they said the lightning effect was really good. But I like that they're starting to incorporate some of these effects into the legacy hilts, because one thing for me is I've started branching out outside of legacy hilts, and you do realise how good the functionality on some of them really are. I don't have any like Profi board NeoPixel ones just yet. However, when you watch a review on those and they've got lightning effect, fire effect, they've got 20 odd fonts on there, you sit there and you go, why can't Disney do the same with something like this? I know there's a price difference and things like that, but I just think Disney aren't short of cash, so I'm sure they could find a way of trying to do it a bit cheaper. But yeah, all in all, I really like this one. I think it will look great on display. Sorry, that's a bit close, isn't it? It will look great on display when I finally get round to having a display or display wall. Fingers crossed if all goes well. But yeah, I really like that. So let me know in the comments if any of you have it. if you agree with my sort of pros and cons of it, or if you've got a different opinion completely, let me know. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with that. Can never seem to close it. That's the problem with the legacy ones, with all the fabric and material that they sort of put in. It all sticks out and gets into the cracks and crevices, and I don't want to over push it, but yeah, that's not even closed properly. But I'm going to set that aside. That's a problem to deal with after the review. So let's move on. So next one, I'm guessing it will be Stephanie to say which one she wants next, but the choice is Leia's, which is a legacy, the Darksaber, which is a legacy, Padawan Outpost Rev1, or the Dark Series Elite Rev1. Yes, that's all of them. I'm gonna have a sip of my drink because I'm starting to get sweaty. I need to just put a fan right in front of me. I don't think it helps with the I've got a ring light in front of me, and I just feel like that pumps off so much heat. Looking forward to the Darksaber. Well, if you want to see the Darksaber now, I am happy to do so. Sorry if you, I think I'm going to pronounce your name slightly wrong, but yeah, I'm happy to do the Darksaber Ren. Also, cool name because of Ren, Star Wars. So here is the Darksaber. So this is one that everyone in Star Wars, like, I can't say all Star Wars fans, but every Star Wars fan that I know, like even as far back as sort of like a year ago, yeah, like some friends that I've sort of made through doing House Kybers have said that the Darksaber would be the one that they want Legacy to do. Hopefully they do it justice. I think the Darksaber is really cool. For anyone that sort of played the Force Unleashed game, whenever that came out, I can't even remember. I know I was quite young. But when that came out, I can do layers afterwards, Stephanie, don't worry. Yeah, on there, like the Kyber crystals were very different to how Galaxy's Edge and Star Wars have them now. But you had the ability to have sort of dark saber style blades. So the blade itself was black, and then it would emit a colour around it, which was always really cool. I think I always went for a black and a white one. So I always went sort of black and white. 2008 and 2010 for the Force Unleashed 1 and 2. Thank you, Nicholas. You've either got that at hand or that was a quick Google. So either way, thank you. But yeah, so to cut a long story short, I was really looking forward to this. And it's one that I have multiple of the in hilts or baselit, whatever you want to call them. And the Darksaber is always a font there. And you've got to say, like, whether you watch The Mandalorian or not, it sounds really, really cool. Star Wars: The Old Republic still has Kybers like that. Yeah, because they like, if I remember correctly, they look more like a Crate Dragon Pearl, like they're circular, aren't they? I had that at hand as I've played the games through and through. Yeah, I keep struggling to get the Force Unleashed on PlayStation because whenever I try and buy it, it says it's only available on like PS3 version, so I can't get it. Which they need to update it and I don't know, either remaster it or whatever. But I'm sort of digressing on. So yeah, first thing when I received this, and it was one that was a bit of a complaint in the Star Wars world, was the fact that although it looks like one of the other cases, like I just showed you with the Rey Scavenger Hilt, these are actually cardboard. The gentleman that I got this from, that smuggled this for me, wrapped it extremely well. He did really good, but like even me, like sort of putting it on top of a wardrobe to keep it out of the way, it's got dinged and things like that. And I wish that they had just made like a big plastic box for these like the other ones, because although it looks the same, it's not. And I think that, I know it's probably extra money. They would have to make new cuts or whatever. Like I say, Disney have got loads of money. They should have really done it. However, once I opened it, and I love the Vizsla logo right there. Once again, would have been nice for a push button. That is a shame. Yeah, it is a shame, but they have done a good job on the box. So I'm sort of opening it without putting it on screen, but it's magnetic across here, so you can hear the snap. I think it's got 3 or 4 magnets in there, so it keeps it in there very snug, or keeps it tight, should I say. But it opens up. I don't know why it turned it away from me. So it's you guys that want to see. But like I say, I'm so limited for room. So you have the hilt and the stand in this one. I'm not a big fan of the stand. It might just be me, but I'm going to try and build it in front of you. I just felt like mine was really tight, and as it's only a little bit of plastic, I'm scared that it's going to break, and I don't want to break it because I don't live in the US. So I'm over here in England, as you can probably tell. And yeah, if I sort of over put it in, it's, yeah, like you're supposed to just slide it in, but even like there, it feels like the plastic is pushing down a little bit. So you have to sort of ram it in there, and yeah, okay, well, it worked better this time, but it was still a bit of a push that I had to do. And then, yeah, removing it was a little bit tricky as well. I'm not going to sort of put the stand completely together because this is a review of the hilt and the saber, not the stand. But it was nice that they put a stand in there. I just think that a little bit more money could have been put into it, or just something a bit simpler. So once you get the hilt out, you actually lift up this, and there's the blade. So I'm going to do that sort of away from the screen, just to get it out easier. Yep. I definitely need an office or something, or just a bigger room. So I'm going to pop that to the side, and then we'll make a start on the actual hilt itself. So the hilt itself, I know there's a lot of people saying that they sort of preferred it when it was a bit sort of greyer and things like that, because they said in the Mandalorian it's more of a dark grey with sort of black accents, whereas this is, I know the shine makes it look grey, but it's not, it's completely black. Yeah, you can see it sort of better that it's black there. Sorry, I am sweating. First of all, I think it's beautiful. Another criticism is that the cover tech is silver, which I know there's been quite a lot of people which have taken this off and swapped it with, I think, Count Dooku's, because Count Dooku's is a black one, but kind of looks like it could be either. It doesn't bother me. Like to me, the cover text is such a minimal detail, just to sort of hang it off your belt clip. Yeah, it's no real concern. One thing that I really should have looked into before sort of opening this up is what this little button here did, because I don't know how well you can see it, but to me it looked like a switch that you would put with your thumb. That's not the case. It is the blade release button, so you push it in. So me being overexcited adult child, I started pushing it and it pinged off. Luckily, it didn't break. It does just sort of clip in and clip out. So I had a bit of a heart attack moment that I'd been waiting for the Darksaber, and I've just broke it instantly. But luckily I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to put the blade in, but just before that, I want to talk about this edge here, which that kind of shows what I was going to say, is I kind of feel like it's very loose. So, for example, if you, if you put it on, it fell out very, very easily. And I just kind of feel like if you're not paying attention and you just chuck it on your belt clip whilst walking around Galaxy's Edge or something like that, yeah, that's gone forever. You're not going to find that, really, because it's in there at the moment, but you sort of, it's not going to do it now. Oh, there you go, it fell off. I just kind of feel like it would have been nicer for it to be magnetized, or I don't know, like to be able to click in place. My worry is just losing it, or just don't have it at all. But I don't think that looks overly great as a display thing. So I don't know, maybe I'm just being overly critical, but I like the darker look, but wish the emitter was more slender. Yeah, I get what you're saying. To be honest, there was a toss up. I was going to get one of the like the base lit Darksabers that look like how they did in the Clone Wars, the more square look, because they're kind of more to scale and things like that. But like I say, I've started collecting Legacy Hilts, and I can't get myself out of this tunnel now. So yeah, I do like it, but yes, I do agree. If the emitter was just sort of more proportioned to the handle, might have been slightly better. But next criticism, which there are ways around this. So before I don't want to just sound like I'm being negative for the case of being negative, because I'm not. There's always a get around. Does it feel heavy towards the emitter? To be honest, I don't think so. I feel like it's actually heavier on the bottom. I'm trying to see if I can get it to balance. Yeah, I'm bang in the middle there, and slightly going, but yeah, I don't think it's. I don't know. I feel like it's quite proportioned personally. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just not overly good at sort of gauging that sort of thing. But like I said, the next problem for me was the blade. And there's a couple of reasons why I'm not a big fan of this blade. So, as you can see, it's very white. And it's a Darksaber, it's not a lightsaber. So I was kind of thinking that it should have just been the edge all the way around, which they had kept white. And the funny thing is that there's actually a gap. So where my fingers go to, there's a line here where the the centre portion of it can actually be unclipped. So from here to, I'm trying to do it, there we go. So from here to here, that in between my fingers can be removed. My sort of plan is to disassemble it and maybe spray it with like an airbrush kit one day. But also I don't want to break it, so I'm a bit torn. But I have seen on Etsy, which the shop eludes me, and a couple of my friends have actually ordered some. So hopefully they can comment, but I know she said she was at work, so maybe later. But yeah, they do stickers, like a decal, which covers the whole area of what I was on about. And I think it was like $8 or something like that. And you get two of them, so you can do it either side. And you either get a solid black, or you get a black with sort of like the, not lightning, but sort of scored clear bits in there. So it shines through. I think I'd want it to be solid black just with the edge. But other than that, it's a funky blade. It was a different style. They've obviously never done anything like this before. However, let's move on to the next little criticism I have on this blade. So, same noise as all the other legacies, which is cool because like people like continuity, but it sounds amazing. Turned it off by accident. I do feel like this one is a lot more sensitive, so it's not quite smooth swing. None of the Galaxy's Edge ones have like smooth swing. but this one does feel like it's more sensitive to movement. So I keep turning it off. Not a good reviewer. So yeah, to me, the sound's beautiful. The blade is just a little bit of a letdown. Because it's not overly bright. But also, like I say, if they had just left the tips white but blacked out the centre, I think it would have had a better effect. And like I said, the only other complaint I have is the light doesn't actually reach the tip. Which, it's like, that's quite a big portion to not be lit up. Which I personally was like really disappointed with, because I just don't understand who did quality control on it and thought, it's 90% of the way up, who cares? Obviously that's just me using my crazy imagination, but I just feel like, yeah, an extra inch of a LED strip or whatever's inside this one, I'm guessing it's the same as the others. I just wish it had been that little bit better, but I know the Black Series one is coming out very soon, so I know it was only a prototype image that was advertised in marketing, but hopefully they do sort of stick to their design where it is a lot more solid black, and hopefully the light reaches the tip, because yeah, I'm quite disappointed with that, to be honest. Everything else I like, but I just feel like when I sort of buy a $200 Hilt plus tax, yeah, I want it to sort of light up all the way to the end. I want it to, like, it's supposed to be a replica. I want it to look like, I want it to look like how the Darksaber looks. So the blade for me is a little bit disappointing, but the Black Series, maybe it will fix those issues. October, there's a review it on YouTube. Oh, okay. I've not seen that. I'll send you the link. Cheers, Nicholas. Yeah, so few disappointments, but I don't want to be all doom and gloom and say that I'm so like depressed I got it, or like I regret it, because I don't regret it. Like I say, it sounds amazing. On and off. The button is quite sensitive. I'm not disappointed at all. I like it. It's one that I need in my collection. I'm happy to have it in my collection. I just wish I'd spent a bit more time and effort on it. But once again, yeah, so that button, push it in, and the blade comes out. There are better hilts and blades out there. I'll send you the links. Thank you, Ren. Yeah, like I say, all in all, I'm not disappointed in the slightest. It does look slick. The hilt especially looks great. And I think with a little bit of money, which isn't ideal, when, like I say, when you spend $200, you don't want to have to feel like you need to customize it to make it better. So yeah, there's pros and cons. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, and I think anyone who's a fan of Mandalorian, the Darksaber, any of that sort of history, Rebels, Clone Wars, everything that the Darksaber sort of featured on, I'd say that, yeah, you should probably get it in your collection, but maybe wait for, look at the reviews that people are going to provide the links for and compare it. Maybe branch out and look at some of the other saber makers, because I know quite a few saber makers have released some. There's a really cool one, and I do not remember who made it, but it was like $1,500. I'm not going to spend $1,500 on a lightsaber. Well, not yet. Maybe in the future. Maybe I'll win the lottery or something. I don't know. The Black Series looks better, but the insert and remove is not convenient. Ooh, thank you, Levi. What do you mean? Yeah, let me know what you mean by it's not as convenient. Yeah, I'm just curious. Like I say, I haven't seen the review, so I'm not sort of putting you on the spot. Yeah, I'm just curious. Okay, so the next one was Leia's for Stephanie. So that's not Leia's. I've got out the wrong saber. What an idiot. Let's see, can I reach it without breaking everything? I'm going to have to climb over. Sorry, guys. Bad organisation, Steve. Alright, let's move these blades. Bear with me, guys. You wouldn't see this issue on the Dano channel, would you? That's... Oh, no, that's not it either. Un momento. Right, we've got it. I have a big chest full of my legacy hilts, and I've just basically had to just rip them all out to get that, so I have to clean that up before Charlotte gets in. Right, let's try again. Right, take two. We have the Leia's hilt. Sorry, let me catch up on comments. There's a review of the Black Series Darksaber, and the insert remove steps involve an L key to remove the top part of the saber to insert the blade, and then to slip the top part of the saber into the blade, and then to be screwed back on. Yeah, that sounds very inconvenient. Yeah, I'll have to check that one out then, because like I say, I haven't seen that, but that sounds like a ball ache. Excuse your expression. The blade does look better though. Yeah, it's kind of, which one's more important? Agreed. All right, so Leia Hilt. Sweating even more now. Maybe that just says something about my health. Okay, so, like, to be honest, I think with all of the recent releases, there's always been a few people sort of slagging it off, and there's been a few people that sort of love it, and I don't follow the crowd. Somebody says they hate it, somebody says they love it, I'll sit there and say, I'll buy it and I'll tell you what I think. It doesn't mean you got to agree with me or disagree with me, I just think it's my opinion. This blade, well, this hilt in the film was shown for seconds, but it was gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful blade. Keep saying blade, hilt. When I saw the pictures of it being released, I was a little bit gutted because I felt like the rose gold coppery colour on the pictures was more orange. And I just, yeah, it sort of baffled me. I keep taking them out. Let me show you. This one, weirdly, is set back a little bit. So when I first opened this one sadly got sort of like lost in customs for a little while. Shipping to the UK sucks. Honestly, like I am the worst person to help with like smuggling or anything, because as soon as it starts getting lost, and like if my app doesn't update for a week, I sort of get a little bit panicky, because I don't know, there's just too many bad people in the world that I get a little bit skeptical that have they just taken my money and run. I don't know, I'm just a bit of a worrier. I think the UK and the US mail hate each other. Yeah, or they're just both equally crap. Yeah, I'm not sure. It could be both. However, I open this up and it's gonna, yeah, part of the lightsaber, I think the colours are beautiful. And then part of the colours I don't like, really. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Why are you coming in there? Oh. Yeah, so, absolutely gorgeous hilt. I really like it. However, this bottom portion, I think, is the perfect colour. It looks copper. It looks like a shiny penny. This middle portion, weirdly, like this one even looks off, but it's not. So that bit and that bit look really good. This centre portion is very orange, and I do not understand why they've used a different colour. Sorry, let me just catch up on comments. I like the Leia Galaxy's Aegis Saber 2. I honestly get a bit annoyed when people compare third-party sabers to the Galaxy sabers. The difference is money, so significant. Of course, the quality will be different. Yeah, 100%. And like that's not the thing that I have issue with, because people sit there complaining that, oh, well, you have to change the top, and it's like, well, yeah, like, they're not going to sit there and change their blades just because it's a skinny neck, because the skinny neck sabers, there are only a couple that I can think of on the top of my head in the Star Wars sort of films. So you've got Obi-Wan's like episode 3 and 4, Luke's Return of the Jedi, and Leia's. So they're not going to sit there and make brand new blades and do everything else just to sort of change it. So yeah, that, like, to me, that part isn't the problem. Charlotte, have you been making? I'm not reading that out. You can all read it, but yeah, let's just drop lightsabers for a second. They're not what everyone keeps saying. Like, to me, I look at them and they're harmless cherries. They smell like cherries. They look like cherries, and everyone keeps saying they look like those things. Anyway, back to sabers. Yeah, like for me, changing a head isn't going to be an issue, because if you want it on display, you have it on display, and it looks like that, and it looks to scale to me. There are obviously bits which are different in more expensive vendors and things like that. But if you want to go and spend 500 quid to get the blade to fit into that portion, then yeah, go and do it. But don't bitch and moan that one company has done it differently. But like I say, the problem that I do have is just that bit. Like, why is it a dark orange when the rest is copper? It's just a little cringe when they don't make screen accurate sabers and it's the same company. Well, yeah, you would have thought so, but hey ho, it is what it is. And like I say, we just roll with it. It would have been better if they had initially started with the sort of blades, but I just don't think they. I kind of feel like they're sort of aimed towards being kid friendly as well as adult collectors. So you're not going to want to be fiddling with retention screws, and kids aren't going to be able to like keep retention screws safe. They're going to lose that straight away. But however, I think it's gorgeous. I think the mother of pearl detailing on the on the sleeve is really, really nice. Like I say, third time I'm saying it, my only problem is the discoloured sort of centre portion. I know a lot of people have said, like, why didn't they put this as the button? Like, because the Jedi Temple Guard hilt has like a push button, and they could have done it on that. Whereas this one has just a little switch like that, which I think like Count Dooku's has and a couple of others. Once again, it doesn't really bother me. I kind of feel like if it was on there, when you're sort of spinning it around, for me, the Jedi Temple Guard one, it gets switched on and off repeatedly, and you don't really look like a good Jedi if your lightsaber's flashing on and off. It just looks like you're having a party. Let's be honest, Disney isn't making the hilts. Well, yeah, that's true, but but they approve the designs. Yeah, you've both got good points there. The middle part does look really orange. Yeah, it's such a shame, and I'm guessing you've got it, Stephanie, but it's the same on this one. Like, although these do look orange, they're not. They're actually like a nice copper, shiny penny, but this one is quite noticeable. The colour on that, it's... trying to compare it to something, but I don't really know anything that's that colour. But it's like orangey brown. It's not actually a shiny metal look. But hey ho, it is what it is. Got a nice little D-ring there, which I'm still not sure which I prefer, D-ring or a cover tech. I think a couple have got both. But yeah, all in all, I think it's really pretty. Mine looks only slightly darker than the copper. Oh, well, maybe it was just me. Maybe the postman hates the UK that much that he repainted it. Anyway, I need to be quick. My phone just said I got 20% battery, so oops.
How's the end?
Huh?
How's the end on it?
What, the mother of pearl?
Mm.
Leave all comments in there. No, I'm joking. I can't see mine slipping out at all, so I'm not sure if it's like I mentioned earlier, these mother of pearl sections apparently have been known to start slipping out of both ends. Mine, I'm not going to prat about with it too much because I don't want to break it, but mine seem to be intact for now, so hopefully it remains that way. But it's such a shame that people primarily have been saying it that have got the limited edition box set, which the box set's more expensive than if you buy the Reforged and the Leia Hilt separately, like I did. And to be honest, I wasn't overly fussed about getting a music box. It wasn't something that I cared about. I like all of the boxes to look very similar to one another. So yeah, I opted to get them individually. Also save a bit of money. Mine looks... no, read that one. Damn, Charlotte, he told you. You weren't real if you weren't in the comments. Exactly. I need to boost my numbers. Still didn't do it though, so shows how much she listens. I do have a couple of custom blades, which a lot of people sort of know from J-Moo's Playground. I actually prefer using one of those in here because it's a lighter blue. It's not quite teal, but it's a light blue, sort of like how Luke's looked in the original A New Hope. But this is the blade we got. See, I just think that's a little bit too blue for Leia's. I don't think it's as... Yeah, I don't think it's as sensitive as the Darksaber, but it's pretty much like all the other legacy ones in regards to its sensitivity. But once again, it's another one which gets a lot of criticism. I don't really understand why it gets so much hatred. Yeah, you have an argument for, well, it's a company that sort of like makes lightsabers or Star Wars, and like they own Star Wars, they should be able to do something which is screen accurate. I do agree with that, but it's also something that it doesn't really bother me. I just think if it was a real lightsaber and I was just about to go into battle, then I wouldn't want to be having to hold on, Count Dooku, wait, screw the next one on and go get a battle. But yeah, like if me and Charlotte muck about with them, we'll probably just get like different sabers to hit each other with. These will primarily be display pieces rather than hit each other, which kind of moves on to the sort of next hilt that I want to review, which I need to put this bit. But let me know what you think of the Leia hilt. I know a couple of you have sort of said that like your colours are very similar, so it might just be mine. I can't see why they would be like too far different, but then I don't know, I don't make them. I promise I'm real. Nice Guardian blue. It is. I do love a blue lightsaber. Although, like, after getting Luke's legacy one, which obviously has the same issue with the neck, I'm not sure if it's just me and my imagination, but I feel like Luke's green is different to like a Savi's green or something. It might not be, but I think it's really good. People lose sight of the fact that they are just pricey toys. Yeah, exactly. I'm a pro wrestling fan too and collect the championship belts. While they aren't amazingly accurate, just like the sabers, they're just expensive toys. Yeah, to be honest, I haven't watched wrestling since I was a kid. I used to love it. Hardy Boys were my favourite. They were just mental. But yeah, they are pricey toys. I do get why people get like a little bit annoyed with it. Like I say, the Darksaber is $200 plus tax, and if you're in the UK, shipping, which isn't cheap. But I kind of feel like if you're going to buy something like these, you know what you're buying. You've seen the reviews. Most people will be part of groups where people are talking about it. So if somebody says, by the way, this is really shit, and you go and buy it, I kind of feel like it's on you. So that's why none of my lightsabers, whether I like it or dislike certain aspects of it, it's on me. I'm not going to sit there and bitch and moan about it. But well, the key is pricey. I want my toys to be top quality. I think we all do. We're all Star Wars fans that want. Well, if it was up to us, there would be real lightsabers, but they're not. $200 is a lot, but like you said, there's sabers out there that are $2,000. So, yeah, honestly, like there's some like one that I've seen reviewed was I think it's a Second Sisters lightsaber from Rebels. Oh, gorgeous thing, absolutely gorgeous thing. But I haven't got the money to sit there and get that, and I don't really understand why people buy empties unless they do the own like installs. I kind of like, you want it functional, but yeah, I haven't got the money for that sort of thing. Okay, so what do we reckon? Revan Black Series or Revan from Padawan Outpost, which it's the first time I've ordered from them. So yeah, it's a bit of a review on the saber and them as a company as well. So yeah, let me know which one. The $2,000 ones are in a completely different category. Yeah, they look phenomenal. To be honest, I watch reviews all the time, and some people sit there and say base lit are exactly the same in the way that they light up and the smooth swing, etc. The only thing is the ability to input multiple fonts. I watched Star Wars Theory. He had Star Killer's lightsaber, I believe it was, and that thing had like 20 odd fonts on it. And like the good thing with these ones, like the Profi boards, is it changes the color depending on the character you've selected to. Whereas the base lit hilts, you could set it to Vader, but change the color to blue or green or anything. So I guess that's good, but I guess it's bad at the same time. So I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to pick the Revan Black Series because it's in front of me and no one also commented. So I've got it here. It has a stand with it, which it just sort of sits on there. It does have like a nice little divot because these are in here. This one's a real mixed bag for me. There's so many cool parts of it, and there's so many bits which I'm a little bit like, well, you know, could be better, could be worse. But this is my favourite one. Yeah, like you absolutely love this one, Charlotte. Like you're a real person now, by the way. But yeah, you absolutely love this one, and basically she's claimed it as hers, which is fine because I kind of prefer the other Revan one. Surprise, surprise, it's a purple one. Yeah, so first of all, let's just have a look at the aesthetic of it. So, absolutely beautiful. I have seen, who was it? the patch store, I think, has a couple of different Revans. There was like Saber Forge, and the other ones have like what look like slimmer ones. You can't really say screen accurate because, like, yeah, Revan's not been on screen, but like I know he's been like other media. But yeah, I think it's really nice. It's got like it's not quite a blade plug, but we'll get into that in a minute. So buttons don't really do anything, yeah, apart from make that sort of failed noise. These claws open up, which are kind of funky. Kind of makes me look like it's going to sort of gouge my eye out or something. But this one, it's not tricky, but it's a lot more fiddly than the legacy ones to get the blade in and out, because this, you have to kind of put this on and off. So let me unscrew this top. So yeah, this comes in two parts, which you have the sort of blade pluggy sort of thing, and that one now. So that one you have to kind of put over the lightsaber blade once it's in. But before we do that, something which they've done with this saber, which is really cool, I need to open those actually, which is really cool, is they've provided a Kyber crystal, which everyone knows I make Kybers, so I love it. I'll show you what it does in a second. Oh no, the $2,000 sabers initially are the same as, say, a $700 one. It's the design, engraving, the chassis, quality of the install, etc., that heavily affects the price. Yeah, to be honest, I would love one of those, because I've seen some of them that are engraved. One that I really do want to get looks like the handle to Thor's hammer, Mjolnir. I want that like so much, and like they created it with like a lightning font and everything, and I was just like, yeah, that's cool. I want something like that, but like money is, yeah, not in my favour at the moment. So like I say, one day. But anyway, back to this one. So comes with this little Kyber crystal, and this is actually really clever because it has the bottom of like a blade. So when you put it in and you turn it on, it shines purple. But not only does it shine purple, when you take it out, it stays lit. And oh, is that? Yeah, okay, it's changed red now. I must have pressed the button. Kind of spoiled the surprise there, didn't I? Yeah, so turn it on. And yeah, so there it is, purple. It looks a lot more purple because I think I pressed change in between. Or does it just change? I don't know, it's going a little bit pink. Well, yeah, it just changes to red. I thought you had to press the button, but yeah. So it's came out as purple and changed to red. But if we change the colour, oh, flickered green then. Come on. There you go, that's changing. Took me long enough, but yeah, you can also change it to red whilst it's in there. And yeah, and then it will come out as that colour. I don't know if it changes, I'm not going to really faff about with it, but you can just leave it in there. You can sort of put that bit back on and it will just sort of look like it's got a blade plug in. Because essentially that's what this Kyber is. Oh, that's dope as fuck. Yeah, it is really cool. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it if I put no, but maybe if I try and just leave it there, so you can see how long the sort of battery in it lasts, because it actually lasts quite a while. But let's get the blade in there. So like I say, it's very similar to a Legacy blade. Apart from you got to put that in, and then I close those up just because I think it looks really cool. Is that in properly? Yeah, I think it is. But this one as well has multiple different effects. So it has, well, we'll just go for them. So it's got the nice red blade, which is very similar to a Legacy in the way that to be honest, you can see the sort of ladder marks in it on the camera, but yeah, in front of me, not so much. So maybe it's just the camera that sort of picks up on those. But yeah, it's nice on and off. It's very similar to a Legacy. You've got sort of hit. If you press this green button as well, so your red buttons are on and off, and you press this green one, it's like a bracelet. It's got deflection on there. However, if you hold it down, I'm gonna have to pull it back. It's got the like effect of it burning through a metal door, which I think, why can't Legacy do that? Because I think that looks cool, especially when you're sort of dragging it across the floor. It kind of looks like how it would in the movies. And then if you hold the two together, we have purple, which the effects are exactly the same. Yeah, so the blaster deflect, it sort of randomly shoots where it is, which is kind of cool that it's not in the same place. It also has the same effect, which you can hold it down, you can just sort of blip it. I really like it. Like I've got quite big hands, but even for me, I feel like it's quite uncomfortable to hold. That's probably my only massive criticism of it, that it's just a little bit, the grooves sort of dig into the palm of my hand. But Charlotte's got tiny little hands, and she says that it fits her hand perfect, so I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, all in all, I think this was really nice. Where I'm a company, I'm lucky enough to be able to get these sort of cheaper than what they sell on sort of retail places, but I'm not sure if like my prices beat the US prices, because I know the US, I think, get things like this cheaper than we do in the UK, which sucks that all these American companies are doing you guys favours but not us. It's hard to be an English Star Wars fan. Oh, diddums to me, eh? The Kyber came off. Hopefully you guys can tell me how long that was on for, because I didn't pay attention. However, like, I really like that hilt. I'm probably not going to run out to try and get the Darth Sidious, just because although the effects of it are very similar, but rather than it changing from red to purple, it changes from red to lightning, I believe. But everybody, it's not even a mixed review, everybody has said that it's absolutely massive compared to how it is in the film, is like half the size. I told you, bro, we invented it. Not going to get into that, but hey ho. But let me know what you think of the Revan hilt, because, like, to be honest, it is gorgeous. Like I say, it's very minimal to complain about with it. But because I got that, I had to get the other one. So anyone that is a fan of the character Revan, know that he's a dual wielder, and he has a purple and a red. And when he's a Jedi, he has a purple and a green. Hence why I released the Kybers that I did. So I had to get this beauty. This is the first time I went to Padawan Outpost, and this was like £120. So that's about the same sort of price as like a legacy hilt. It was really confusing because, so this is a baselit one, so you can see the lights in there, and you get the blade. They're actually shipped separately, which I thought was quite weird because I've gone to like Dark Wolf sabers before, and they come in a nice package together. So this turned up on its own in this tiny little box, and I was like, well, the blade's not going to fit inside that. So I had a bit of a panic and was like, well, it's a bit weird. So I contacted them, and they said, no, like they're shipped at the same time, but separate boxes because of the size of it. So you might get one sort of 24 hours later than the other. And I was like, oh, okay, well, if I'd known that, it wouldn't have been an issue. But initially I had a bit of a panic. It's a fingerprint magnet, as you can expect with something this shiny. But I have to say, this is probably one of my favourite baselit hilts now. It's got like the Obi-Wan style bottom. It's got the gold tip, which I can't remember the Jedi, which has got a very similar hilt to this. It'll come to me probably in 2 days' time. But it is a standard baselit, so it has all of the same fonts that you can imagine. I'll quickly cycle through a couple of them just so you know. There was a bit of an issue with this one. The CoverTech screw that came with it, I'm not sure if the screw had snapped, but yeah, it just wouldn't fit in. So I contacted them. They said that they're going to send a replacement out. Hopefully I should get that soon because I know they're UK based. So hopefully it won't take too long. But as I was saying earlier, these have the retention screws, so you get a little bag of those with the L key or Allen key as we call it. Nice size for spinning. It's a very nice size for spinning, and I kind of feel like it's got the right amount of grip. There is minimal grip on it, but I kind of feel like that kind of helps when you're sort of spinning. I'm not going to spin it too much because I'll probably let go of it and it'll smash my drink. But yeah, beautiful. One of my absolute favourites now. But it is, like I say, it is a standard baselit, and to me, I am like massively in favour of these. Everyone sort of moans that they're mass produced in China, and oh yeah, like they all look the same. Who cares? Like, that is so much brighter than the Revan, like struggling to look at the camera. I haven't got the retention screws in, so it's a little bit hard to get the sound on clash, but yeah, if I had the retention screws in, it would be a lot better to sort of get that noise. But then you've got the blaster deflect, and then let's turn it off. And then change colour. So you cycle through the yellow, the green, hopefully it'll be blue. Yeah, so blue. I'm going to keep it as that because it's General Kenobi, but that is really bright, and you can kind of see it even against my face how bright that is. Like, you're struggling to see that side of my face. But yeah, it's really cool.
I'm Cal Kestis. You would be wise to surrender. Yeah. This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen. You are no Jedi!
I honestly, like, let me turn that off. I think I'll be taking these ones from you. I'll fight you. That Joker is loud. Honestly, it's so, like, they are so loud. They are really good. For anyone who sits there and says that they don't like these, or it's like, I've heard people sit there and say it hasn't got smooth swing. That's smooth swing to me. Yeah, it's got all of. I'll just switch this one off. It's got all of the standard fonts. It's, like I say, it's got Cal Kestis, it's got Obi-Wan Kenobi, Count Dooku, Palpatine, Rey. I think it's Dark Rey as well, Leia, and all of the ones that, like, are cycled through as well. I think, like, for the price of this, you can't grumble, and I think this is gorgeous. And like I say, I don't care what people say. I don't care if they sit there and say, well, you can't upload your own fonts. Well, go and get a different lightsaber then and pay 5 times more, and then you can do that, can't you? But for me, that just sort of looks at it as what it is. It's Revan's lightsaber. It is. It looks like Revan's other lightsaber. Does it light up? Yes. Does it do all the colours? Yes. Has it got several fonts? Yes. Do I need anything more? No, I am well happy with that. So, like I say, all in all, just as a whole, obviously I've said I really like the lightsaber. There was a couple of issues with how it turned up. Like I say, the screw wasn't overly good, but they responded really fastly. The customer service was, like, impeccable. Quick response. I think it was like half an hour to an hour. And to be honest, I'd stay up late anyway, and I wasn't expecting a comment until the morning, but I think it was like 10 o'clock I messaged him in the assumption that I'll just get a response in the morning. No, 10:30 at night, responded to me and said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Can you send me a picture quickly so I know exactly what you mean? I sat there and showed him a picture, and he went, okay, I'll sort it, don't worry. So... yeah, I can't fault the company. Like I say, I know most of them will have just been shipped from China. They'll probably bulk buy it and then sell them on. I don't care what they do. I don't care if I could get it cheaper on a different company or whatever. I'm happy with that. I sort of got it for I wouldn't have put it in my basket if I didn't think, like, if I thought the price was ridiculous. I don't get people who honestly sits there and says, well, it's very pricey. Well, you knew that when you bought it. Don't be a dumbass. Lightsaber fight, winner takes all. If we're having those sort of stakes, MC, I'm going to have to go in hard. I'm going to have 4 at a time. Go proper Grievous on her. I've got my money on you. Dudes always let their ladies win. They know better. Yeah, well, that's true. Steve wouldn't let me win, but I'll win either way. Well, we'll see. Charlotte will totally win. I love all the fact that you all think I'm, like, just clearly a pussy. All right, I think I've done all of the lightsabers. Yeah, I have. So, I'm going to move Revan's out of the way, because this next thing, which I don't even know if I'm going to have room for it. I'm sliding the table back. So, this beautiful thing, like, you can see how big it is, and that's 1/3 of it. So, yeah, it's huge. So, this is another UK supplier, which, to be honest, was never heard of before, until they sort of announced this. And then, to be honest, my feed just hasn't stopped with them. And now every Friday at 6 o'clock, they do their live streams. I'm going to need a charger, babe. Do you know if I've got the portable one in the top drawer? The, like, power bank. Oh, I told you batteries always die. It'll be in, like, a black mesh bag. Should be on the left-hand side, probably. You got it? Sweet. I will need the charger cable as well, please. Well, this has been fun for you all, hasn't it? Watching me like have to dig through a box to get them all, and now charge my phone. Now this is probably going to be dead. Hopefully not. Thank you, my dear. Right, let's get the old power bank on. Let's see if it's actually got any charge. Oh yes, super organised. Alright, didn't come up with I'm charging, but hey ho. Gotta get your toys out of the box. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so like I say, this was a company that I'd not heard of before, and then as soon as this was released, it was something that I needed. It was right on the stroke of like the Mandalorian season ending. They sort of got pictures, and I was just like instantly in love. They had a few supplier issues and things, and like they were really good at setting expectations of. They sort of said, look, like you're gonna get it around April, May time. I think was their original turnaround time for delivery. Halfway through the process, as far as I'm aware, the supplier that was making them sort of said that we're going to have to change our process or something, and it's going to cost you thousands upon thousands more, which they were going to have to pass on to like people like me, customers. And they sort of said, hell no, that's not something we're prepared to do. So they went elsewhere, and to be honest, they were worried it was going to add about 3 months on. It didn't. It only added a couple of weeks on, which is really good. But like I say, they are GE Industries. Very nice people. I've sort of commented on their stuff a few times and sort of messaged them just generally, just to sort of say like company name. Sorry, did you not see that? So it is GE Industries. I believe on social media they are GE Industries UK. Absolutely phenomenal company. Like they do grav charges, they do Mandalorian belts, clips. They've got like I think they had the shoulder blades at one, shoulder armor at one point. I know they're doing the sort of knee pads, like Bobber's one with the rockets that shoot out of it. They're doing calf molds, and check them out because I don't know what I'm talking about with half the stuff they do, but phenomenal work. But when you see something like this, it was advertised at £140, which is what, $160? Yes, that is a solid metal Beskar spear. Adam Savage, for any of you that know who Adam Savage is, he's done a review of one of these, and it was like a bit of a surreal 10 minutes, but he loved it. I would say go and check out that review. It's going to be better than mine. But that thing is gorgeous. And the good thing with this coming in 3 parts as well is they did say this was a complete design accident, but a happy accident. So first of all, this case that it comes in, really nice as well. Attention to detail is phenomenal. That's the bottom of it, which is very hard wearing, and they sort of show videos where they're sort of clanking it on the floor to sort of show what it was like in The Mandalorian. But like I was saying, the design error / lucky sort of thing is that if you don't have this middle portion in, maybe you're quite short, you don't have to. So when you put it in this one, it's still, well, that's on the floor, so I'd say that's a good, what, 4 foot. But another thing I love about this, I can't even tell where it is myself actually. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Move my camera. I don't even think you can see. Well, you can just about see it. It's almost invisible. The connection there is almost invisible. It is honestly gorgeous, this thing. Absolute solid. They are talking about releasing a rubber tipped one, because obviously going to Comic-Con or anything like that, you're probably going to get in trouble when you got a metal spear tip. Which, yeah, the tip also comes off. This thing actually comes apart in multiple different ways, but I think there's like just the three main joints. But yes, so that comes off, and they're looking at doing, like I say, like a rubber one, just so you can take it to Comic-Con and you're not going to be able to attack anyone or challenge anyone for the Darksaber or anything like that. But I kind of feel like I have to, now the phone's on charge and I know I've got a little bit more time, I'm going to have to sort of put it completely together. The connections on this are really nice. When it's all put together, it's solid, it's sturdy, there's no rattling, this is one of very few things I have in my Star Wars collection which I think is flawless. The work that these guys have done on this is impeccable. They have done another run, because initially they wanted to release 100, and I think they sold out in like a matter of hours or something like that. They sold out really, really quick. So they extended the sort of pre-orders, and I think their first run was 300. And once again, I think that sold out extremely quick, which I'm not surprised, because I don't even know how I'm going to show this completely to you.
Mind the TV.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I think this is taller than me. I might just pick up my phone. Right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm 6'3", and this thing is taller than me. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that is about 6'6", and now I'm going to put everything back that I knocked over. But this thing is absolutely gorgeous. They did, however, on the second run of them, have to increase the price. The £140 was just their sort of introductory rate. Sit down. There we go. Yeah, so I think they're only 160 now. So it's a £20 saving, which for this thing, honestly, they could sell this for double, and I think people would buy it. Probably triple, maybe even 4 times. Like, I can't get over how phenomenal this is. And the delivery was from my shipping notification. Jesus, these screws go on forever. Yeah, so from the shipping notification, it was like a matter of days, I think. This also got delivered, yeah, I think it was around May. I think I got it just after my birthday. So awesome surprise. But I honestly, like, my review doesn't do it justice. This thing is phenomenal. It is just, yeah, it's great. I think check out their company. Like I say, it's JJ Industries. And on social media, JJ Industries UK. You'll recognise their logo, which is just the 2 J's. Like so they do live stream updates every Friday at 6, just to keep everyone up to date. So they sort of let you know how far along deliveries are going, new products they're making. They're doing some Boba Fett cosplay belts, and they did some Bo-Katan. There's talks about helmets, which I think would be wicked, because the only helmets at the moment that I want all come from the US, and I know they're going to cost a bomb. So, and the quality of these, their work is just second to none. I'm struggling so bad to get this zipped back up though. I'd love to do a cosplay shoot with Mando using the spear to fend off a Sith. Yeah, I really want to, like, I want to get a full Mando get up and have the spear, and I think Charlotte could play a good Moff Gideon and have the Darksaber and do a nice little photo shoot. But yeah, even on the case, it's got like a nice little carrier, so you can whack it over your shoulder. There's not much more I can say about this without sort of repeating myself, which I think, like, I can't help but do it when it's this beautiful. There's nothing more that I can say. Customer service was impeccable. The overall product is flawless. Even how it turned up, like, every part of it was just exciting. It's in a nice box. They've clearly put effort into this. And I think when people put time and effort into it, it really does show. So yeah, check them out, JJ Industries. All right, well, I think there's only one other thing to talk about, which I don't know if any of you remember what it is. Oh snap! Yeah, I know. Any guesses? No? I know. Alright, it's what's in the box. So, I have been sort of teasing something, and this is something that I've wanted to do. Me too. Oh, you're in the same room. If you didn't know, I'd worry about you. I've been teasing this for quite a while. It's something that actually, it sort of stemmed from a live stream that I did at the beginning of this year, I believe it was, but due to legal paperwork and things having to go through, it's taken this long. And then it did actually go through about a month ago, but then there was other bits. To be honest, the finished product still isn't 100% complete. Me and Charlotte have a secret. But yeah, it's not completely finished. This is just a prototype. However, yeah, let's just open it up. So I don't know whether to flip the camera or just keep it open. So this is the box that you'll receive, and inside said box is a whole bunch of goodies. So oh, I did already put that in there. Oh, I double packed. Let's get rid of one of those. Let's just put that there. Okay, so this is, what order should we do it in? Okay, so we have this lovely little, I showed you it with everything in there. Is it the box? It is the box. It is that box that has been sort of teased at. To be honest, since this idea first started, more and more keeps getting chucked in there. Things keep getting tweaked. It keeps getting better. And hopefully you guys think it's better as well. So, as I mentioned, House Kybers now has a registered trademark of the Kyber Clan. So, this is a Kyber Clan certificate with all the logos, the acknowledgement of your entry to the Kyber Clan, the rules of the Kyber Clan. Don't worry, they're not too strict. And it is on very nice, expensive paper, which I don't want to damage because I already have a few of these. So I was actually hoping to get some holographic stickers for them, but yeah, couldn't get them the way I wanted anyway. But what do you guys think of that on its own? Obviously, I had to make one for myself because, well, it's cool. Yeah, so not only can you now become a member of the Kyber Clan, if you become a member of the Kyber Clan, you will get a House Kyber's Kyber Droid personality chip, a House Kyber's enamel pin, the official House Kyber's Kyber crystal, and this isn't polished yet, and my apologies, I thought I had one polished, but Beskar, which is metal, and it will be a lot shinier. It will be a lot shinier, I promise. But yeah, like I say, really poorly organised by myself. I thought I had one ready, but I didn't. Yeah, so there will be a limited run of these with the Beskar. Then, also, if you are looking at doing cosplay as a Mandalorian, the clan do have colours, but if you are part of a clan, you need a signet. So there's a signet of the Kyber Clan Kyber crystal, which can go on your shoulder panel or your chest panel or your helmet if you want. These things are metal, however, they're solid, and if I sort of keep hitting that, well, like I say, it's solid, but they can be worked and heated up using like a bag, dip it in some hot water for about like some boiling hot water for like 10 minutes, and it will flex just enough to curve it round your shoulder panel, your head, your chest, wherever you want it. But there is a Kyber crystal signet, which this one is made of iron, and the Beskar's an iron aluminium blend. I was going to do the signet in aluminium, but, well, I did one in aluminium. It's shinier, which is nice, but the iron is a lot heavier, and I just kind of like the effect of it more. If people do want an aluminium one, I might do a run of aluminium ones, but it'll be very minimal. But I'm just worried that the aluminium is a lot lighter and a lot easier to break. So not only do you get your certificate, your pin, your crystal, your droid chip, drop-in stuff, your signet, your Beskar, you also get this sealed. I love the way you say aluminium. Sorry, aluminum. There's a U in it. Aluminium. Sort of a trophy for hunting Force users. No, so the story behind the Kyber Clan is not for hunting Jedi, but more of Mandalorian style Jedi. I super need one or two, because sometimes Chase and I can't share. You can't have a certificate with Stephanie or Chase on. You both got to get one. But in this certificate, so it has got the House Kyber's seal of approval in gold. So once again, you'll notice the theme is blue, grey and gold. So if you open up this lovely certificate, it's only simple, but you get a permanent discount to everything on housekybers.co.uk. I do need to tweak this and put it on there, but it will be a permanent 15%. So not only did I reduce all the prices by 15% the other day, or the other week, you will be able to have a permanent 15% on top of those price drops. So as all of this stuff wasn't good enough, boom, save some money in the future. So if you do want to get a couple of them, use the discount. I want one. You need to buy one. I am not made of money. Yeah, so I was thinking about doing you a Sith one. You can be like the evil Mandalorian. So yes, there we go. I have added so much into this, so I might need to make a new video to sort of promote it a little bit more. But yes, you have your metal Beskar, which, like I say, this thing blings once it is polished properly. But as you can see, all the markings in there, and it's got the, like, I know it's supposed to be that way, like how they hold it in the film, but I like it that way. However, yes, you have the signet, the Beskar, the pin, the Kyber droid chip if you want a droid companion, and most importantly, the discount. However, now it's the bit that nobody likes, talking about price. So, all of these things will be available individually. So, as people know, the pins are available. The droid chip is available. The Beskar is no longer available because I removed it for this reason. The signets, I think this kind of needs to be an exclusive to the box set. But all of that together will be £100. But a couple of the bits will be available individually. I might do an eco bundle or economy bundle or whatever you want to call it, which can just be the crystal and the certificate. But if you want it all, it will be £100. But then if you want it individually, it will have to be priced individually, which means it will cost a bit more because of it being individually. I'm sending my money now. Please don't send it now. It's not available till Monday. Gave away the spoiler. I want to be an evil Mandalorian. I could have guessed. This is the way. We can be evil together, Charlotte. Take my money. I'm sending the money. Yeah, so this is an absolute beauty. Like I say, once they all become available, it will not all be sort of loose and flimsy in here sliding about. They will be individually wrapped. The Beskar will be wrapped in there. The signets, like I said, they will be individually wrapped as well, because although they can take a beating, I don't want anything turning up broken. I've had it before with the Mudhorn signets, which, is there a Mudhorn signet? Actually, pass me one of each signet, please. Oh, thank you. And I just need the Death Watch and the Nexu. So, I do also have, these are the raw ones. So these ones aren't shiny yet because I haven't polished them up. Oh, that one's polished. Yeah, so, yeah, Mudhorn, which is available. This is aluminium as well. Like I say, these can take a beating, but yeah, the post office kicks stuff about. So obviously you're seeing it in reverse, but it will be that way when it's on there, just like the actual thing. But once again, these are bendable, so don't just snap it. It needs to be heated up. I can do a tutorial once these have gone live. If anybody wants to see one, just let me know. The signets are 18 quid. I think I reduced them down. They might even be cheaper because I think I reduced them even more. I'm doing a live stream. You check my website. No, I need viewers. No, I'm joking. But yes, they're all flexible, so they can all be molded. So you have the Mudhorn, the new house Kyber Clan, the Death Watch, which is the Shriekhawk logo, which once again it is that way around. Most of the time on the back of these, I just want to sort of point out that they are not perfectly smooth. They are rough, when you receive these, whether they are polished or not, the back will be like that.
The 1999.
Oh, okay, they are 1999. I thought, I did reduce them. Oh well, there must have been more. They will remain rough on the back, because that way it is easier that if you do put it onto your armour, it will have something to grip onto. You didn't pass me the Nexu Clan one, please. It might actually be in the box still, on the left-hand side. Left, yeah. Over left. They're the big round ones. They're like the biggest ones in there. Like ginormous on the left-hand side. It's not the left. Bottom left corner. No, that's top left.
Jesus.
Yeah. Person that drives has to do that to know which way's left. Right. The Nexu, which I love this one. I think the Nexu is so underrated. In like, you don't see it enough. I want to see more of it, and of course the Mythosaur. So these are all 3-dimensional. So they are not just flat. They are all polished when you receive it. I was tempted to do a sort of raw version at a cheaper cost, because especially, well, I think all of them actually are really hard to polish with the tools that I have. Getting into these nooks and crannies to make them shine up as much as sort of like, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can't really see it, but the aluminium shine in there, to get the perfect shine on there takes so much time and effort. But if people would be interested in a raw version, if they're just going to paint it anyway, I could potentially do that. But yes, so now not only are there the 4 signets of the Mandalore, now House Kybers has its own clan. And we would very much like you to be a part of it. Like I say, all of the certificate will be customised and have your name on it. The Kyber itself, which is the colours of the Kyber Clan, which you can't really see, but it's kind of like a dark... I'll post pictures, but it's sort of like a dark blue, grey, and it's got gold flake running through its veins. It produces a blue blade and a gold blade. Gold blade, it does have to be in a custom saber. Other than that, it is yellow. So, yeah, that I think this is beautiful, and I've been wanting to do like a House Kyber's Kyber crystal for a long time. I know this isn't quite it, but this is beautiful. I love it. Yes, I am biased, but I think that is beautiful. I will put more detailed pictures because I am aware that the camera, the lighting is not great. Has anybody got any questions about the Kyber Clan box set? Like I say, they will all individually be wrapped in these what look like pizza boxes. But yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know. How much are they? We've answered that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1999.
Yeah, and yeah, that was just a signet. Oh snap! He said you're his secretary. No, I'm just boxed in. Like I'm surrounded by lightsabers and yeah, moving boxes. Huh?
What?
He said, "Oh snap!" He said you're his secretary.
I can't see that comment. He must have blocked me.
Why would MC McClaw block you? MC Charlotte thinks you blocked her. Yeah, he replied to your "How much are they?" So it might be on like a reply rather than a further down one. But yeah, it's not that she's my secretary. It is that I'm caved in with moving boxes and things. So he said never.
Oh, I can see that one.
Yeah. So I guess like if nobody's got any questions about that. Or just generally, if you want to ask me any question, whether it's about one of the things that we spoke about earlier, whether it's about future releases, which you know I can never give too much away, even though I want to. There's going to be a sale coming up. Yeah, tell me the story of the Mandalorian Jedi. Which one? The Kyber Clan, or I always forget his name. The original one. Yeah, it's something that you'll have to wait and read on the description of the website, unfortunately. You said to get a gold blade, you have to have a custom blade. What does that mean? So, if you go to, like, Jamie's Playground, can you reach my blades in the back one under the hats, please, Secretary?
I'm going to start charging.
Start charging me. The Kyber Clan. Yeah, so, like a Savi's. Yeah, so there's sort of like a Savi's blade, like the Galaxy's Edge ones. Charlotte's just getting, no, the white tip, white-ended ones, please. Whoa. Whoa. Cheers, my dears. Can you pass me any, can you, oh, I don't want to give too much away. Have I got any Kybers up there which I have already released? Because I know there's a couple that I haven't.
You have a Ahsoka one, but I don't know if
No. Any of the polished ones? The other ones are like duff. If not, can you pass me just my box of Kybers, which is to the left on the orange things? Sorry, it takes so long. So, not a custom hilt, thank you, my dear, but a custom blade. So, these are very similar to Galaxy's Edge, but they are 3D printed and made by J Moose. These things are awesome. So, it turns any Kyber. We'll go with the Obsidian Grandmaster. So, as people know, this is a white and a white and yellow, which is Chirrut Imwe and someone else. I'm so bad. I need to write them down. AKA Miss Moneypenny. Okay, so I don't know if you can all see. So it's white. So I'm on Chirrut Imwe. However, and be careful with these because I broke mine. And I had to Gorilla Glue it because I'm an idiot. Because they're 3D printed, they are a little bit delicate putting them in. After that, you can kick the hell out of each other with them. It's absolutely fine. Okay, so, yeah, Chirrut Imwe. So that is a proper white blade. So on a standard blade, so just take note of that. And then let me grab a Galaxy's Edge one. So Galaxy's Edge, so yep. It's not bad, but it's not as good. I was kind of expecting it to be a bit more yellow, but these things are proper like LEDs. So they're almost like NeoPixel blades, if I'm correct. So yeah, that's 10 times brighter. As you can see, I can actually have colour in my face. So they do everything like the other ones do, but when you turn it off, before the blade turns completely off, turn it back on and it changes. There are two different types of blue. I know they look very similar, but green, red, purple, or just so you know, I think there's like 3 types of purple at my request. So I think this one's the more indigo, the darker purple. Orange was a flicker through it, but it's more gold, which is the one that I have put on. That's not the crystal. In the Kyber Clan, because it's more gold. So you need something like this for it to come out, but it will come out like this, orangey gold. then we got yellow. And then this is the blue that I was on about for Leia's. Phenomenal colour. Like, the camera does not do this colour justice, but this is a beautiful teal, like light blue. Like I said, like the original Star Wars. And then pink or magenta. I actually got this custom made to be like Cal Kestis's colours from Jedi Fallen Order, because where I knew they were bringing out the hilts in legacy form, my worry was that they weren't going to do like all of the colour changing. They might have only done one or two like they did with the Ahsokas. So yeah, I sort of say, can you get all of these? I got two of them because I also got a shotter blade, so the shorter ones, with a lime green, which I'm sure this one has it as well. And I got that just for the Ahsoka hilts, so they're more screen accurate on my legacy. I have done videos on them before, so yeah, you might have to sort of dig through and try and find those, but I did those and sort of side by side comparison, so it's not just both that same green. Oh, there's a different purple. That one might be the indigo, actually. Did I get the lime green in there? There's the normal green. Guess I didn't. Maybe it was just on the shutter one. But these custom blades are phenomenal. And yeah, like really, really good. They are like quite tricky to get hold of. Only because like they only make these in really small batches. And when I say small batches, I believe it's like 10 or 20 at a time. That's a nice way. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It is so nice. And like one thing that does bother me about like these lightsabers and the blades that go with them is the colours are always a little bit off. The yellow's not quite a yellow, it goes a bit green when the batteries are dying. Yeah, the sort of blue is just that same generic blue, and so on and so forth. There's loads of nitpicking that I could do, but these are really good. You can have up to 12, I think, and you can literally pick what colour you want. If you sit there and say, I want a, I don't know, raspberry pink, just for example. I don't know why that came to my head, but yeah, like I'm pretty sure they can do it, because I sat there and said I wanted like a Mountain Dew green for the Ahsoka's shotter one, so I had the normal green and the the Mountain Dew green. He sat there and went, I know exactly what you're on about, that's absolutely fine. Bing, bang, boom, done it, love it. Like I say, check out my other videos. But how do you get that blade? So they are at Jamu's Playground. To be honest, I wasn't a massive fan of their Etsy, just because like the amount of functionality that they offer doesn't compare to. I think this battery's almost dead as well, you know. Yeah, it might be. So I might just cut out in a minute, so I'll make it quick. Yeah, the amount of functionality that these do, I kind of felt like their Etsy was a little bit confusing. Maybe it's just me being a dumbass. I kind of feel like the selections were quite poor. But if you actually speak to them, message them, I think I just did mine on, I think I just did it on Etsy, just messaged them. Yeah, tell them what you want and they'll tell you if you can do it. They are pricey though. They're like $200 for the blade, just the blade, which it hurts. It hurts having to like pay that sort of money for a blade when you can get 4 from Galaxy's Edge for the same price. But as you can see there, the functionality and the colours on them. Your phone died. Mine's going as well. We're just as bad as each other. Yeah, I just think that the price stings, but the only issue I have with these blades okay, two issues I have. They are a bit fragile putting them in, and the other is that you just want to replace all of your blades with these ones. That's the biggest criticism I have, is that you want to change all of your Galaxy's Edge blades to these blades. And I don't know if you guys can afford that, but I certainly can't. I really wish I could, and buying two stung. And honestly, I think I need two more, at least. Just don't tell Charlotte. I was driving. You'll have money on Monday for our membership. Well, I can get those ready as soon as. The only problem with them is obviously having to sort of custom make a lot of it. It's done on special paper, which is quite fragile. So some of the printing techniques and stamps that I need to put on there does take a couple of days. But obviously, with everything of mine, I give a 2-week window of from your placing your order to me shipping. Some products are next day shipping, some products are same day shipping. I think the closest that I've had to 2 weeks was the last sale that took a week and a half, and that was because we were sorting out mortgage and I was in hospital and other stuff. So I still did it within my time frame. But like I say, I can't imagine it taking longer than a week, but I just want to set everyone expectations. I always just sort of want to be as transparent as possible. But really appreciate that there's some love for them already. Charlotte, I got a secret to tell you. Her phone's dead, so she can't see it. Huh?
I'm in the room.
Yeah, I know, but you can't read what you said. I'll just pop that down, actually. All right, so I think I'm going to leave it there because the battery pack is flashing at me and I think it's dead. So, yeah, I don't want it to just cut out uninterrupted. No worries, it will arrive when it arrives. Yeah, like I say, I think my customer service is reasonably good. That if things do get lost in the post, I'll replace them for you. I do try to apologise when like Royal Mail or USPS lose stuff. I know it's not my fault, but I still feel responsible, and of course I'm going to replace it. I know other companies just sit there and tell you to be patient, but that irritates the shit out of me. Anything like that. Oh, thank you very much, Chase. May the force serve you. Oh, thank you. My messages seem to be flooding in at the moment. So I'm going to call it a day. But like I say, I just wanted to recap that, some of it is custom and the process might take a little bit of time. I think I have like 10 ready to go. I'm thinking about making it a really limited run. I said 10 ready to go. I still need to polish the Beskar. I thought that was already done, but that'll be done pretty soon. I weren't sure whether to do a limited run of the full package, so to speak, and make that exclusive, and then do some like cheaper alternatives in the future. If you have any ideas or suggestions, I'm always happy to hear them. I kind of want everyone to have one, but sometimes it's just not realistic, and I know that a cheaper alternative is sometimes needed. Okay, well, thank you all for watching, and I've really enjoyed talking to a lot of you. I've missed doing live reviews. I really have. So now I just need to think of one to do for next week. I don't know. Maybe I'll put up another poll and have I got more stuff to review? Probably. I'm bound to, aren't I? You saying wrap it up?
Yeah, because your phone's going to die.
We've missed you, Steve. I've missed you, MC. I'll have a think and I'll put a poll onto the group. And thank you all for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I sort of ramble on a bit, and I don't like these to be formal and scripted. I like to just sort of freestyle it and wing it. But I hope you all enjoyed it. So thank you. May the force be with you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night, day or evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you, guys.